This video contains subject matter that may be offensive and disturbing to some people. If you are the type to require a warning throughout a video or show, let this message serve as your warning. This channel discusses the harsh reality of true crime. If this warning is not sufficient for you, consider a different genre and unsubscribe from my channel immediately. What's going on, freaks? I got this other cold case first, and then we'll go on to the Martin family, who went missing on, I believe, December 7th, 1959. Pretty crazy, pretty crazy. Feels good to get back onto something else. Hey, thank you, Brandy Bradford. Yeah, Brandy's going through a couple little things on the side there. But yeah, that music combination wasn't very good.
Being a good friend.
Well, thank you. You too. And Stacy sent me, Stacy Galloway, you know, the writer of Dyatlov Pass. I think it's called, well, yeah, the Dyatlov Pass Mystery, but it's actually called Death of Nine. So Death of Nine, Dyatlov Pass Mystery. But she sent me some chimes. Whoa, what's going on, Gwendolyn B? Wow, you have storms, huh? Wow.
I've been gone for a while. I just wanted to check in. Keep going, Gray.
Well, thank you very much, Gwendolyn B. Yeah, you'll have to call in one of these days so we can, you know, put the new report card out. Yeah. So Stacy sent me some wind chimes and a letter. It was really nice. Made me feel good. Made me feel like I actually do good things. What the heck is going on? That's another one. Oh wow! Well, thank you, Brandy. Wow. Very kind. That's a good start to the show there, huh? Yeah, here, let me get the wind chimes. I'll play them. Awesome. Good ones. No, I didn't break them. I just set them down. Yeah, pretty cool, huh? Yeah. Very nice. Yeah, I'm thinking of putting them out on the deck next year, out in the outside, just to kind of. Yeah, I think next year I'm going to be out on that deck a lot. No doubt about it. Okay, so let me get to the and thank you guys very much again, Brandy Bradford and Gwendolyn B. Very kind. And thank you to Stacy, as I just said. All right. All right, so I'm going to do this one cold case really quick. It shouldn't take that long, but you know, I wanted to put it out there. Yeah, this is 2006, so it's much more recent. And this is Heather Radcliffe. And the phone numbers aren't good, so I should turn those off. So these are different articles that I found on the genealogy bank here. But it says that as Gainesville police investigate the suspected killing of a mother and daughter found Saturday in a house fire, memorial events for the victims have been planned for next week. Heather Radcliffe, 28, and her daughter, Kira. How's the audio sound? It sounds kind of weird in my ears here. Like, does the audio sound good right there? I mean, minus my voice, that is. How about now? Is it still cracking? What do you mean echoing? How does that happen? Yeah, boy. It's not echoing. Okay. Yeah, it sounded like it was la la la. Yeah, something was weird about it a minute ago. Heather Radcliffe, 28, and her daughter, Kira Ann Radcliffe, 6, were found dead early Saturday in their fire-ravaged home at 1715 Northwest 32nd Place. And that's in Gainesville, Florida. Alright, we'll go do that one. So it's right there on not a culvert, like a turnaround area. Yeah, so it's that house right back there. Obviously they rebuilt it, but that's where they live, and you can actually see that it's sort of a newer looking house and it's for sale. Actually, this is 2015, so who knows how long after that it took to build it. An autopsy on the victims was expected to be completed late Monday, but police aren't revealing details while the investigation is ongoing. I'm going to put a folder in here. Guess we have to, or we come upon it again. You never know. Where did it go? I can see it. Yeah. Hey, welcome, Pecan Baby. Heather's father, Robert Radcliffe, said he also awaiting word from police on the investigation. In the meantime, a vigil and funeral have been planned. The vigil will be held Monday at 8:30 p.m. and the funeral mass will be held next Tuesday at noon. People who met Heather loved her, he said. Heather was a certified arborist working for Gator Tree Service in Gainesville, while Kira was a first grader at Glen Springs Elementary School. School counselors are helping students there deal with the tragedy. So immediately you think, okay, well, it's sounds like a single mother and a single mother and a daughter. So then you sort of wonder what the father's doing at that point. And somebody that doesn't want to keep paying child support for years and years. Friends say they're also struggling with the death as the investigation continues. The autopsy was expected to determine whether Heather and Kira died in the fire or before the blaze was set. Okay, then we got a newspaper.com article. Woman daughter found dead after fire. It kind of reminds me of Nanette Quintel. Remember that case? Police say an arborist and her 6-year-old daughter were found dead after a fire that investigators now say was arson. Heather Radcliffe, 28, and her daughter, Kira Ann Radcliffe, were found early Saturday inside their Gainesville home, the Gainesville Sun reported. A fire dog helped investigators from the state fire marshal's office determine Sunday that the blaze started in 2 places, which suggests the fire was intentionally set. It isn't clear whether the fire caused the deaths or was set afterwards. Heather Radcliffe was a certified arborist working for Gator Tree Services in Gainesville. All right, then the next day in the paper, we got many questions remain, but there were few answers Tuesday in the suspected killings of a Gainesville mother and her 6-year-old daughter. With no new information being released about the suspicious deaths of Heather Radcliffe, 28, and her daughter Kira Radcliffe, it is still unclear whether the killings were random. The bodies of the mother and daughter were found early Saturday morning after a fire determined to be arson partially engulfed their home in northwest Gainesville. When asked if the public should be concerned about safety in light of the death, Captain Ray Weaver, second in command at the Gainesville Police Department, said there's no need to panic. Yeah, that's such a classic line there. If you lock your doors and keep your house secured, there should be nothing to worry about, Weaver said. Weaver said detectives are not releasing any information about the case, possibly for several days. It's a tender part of the investigation where they don't want to tip their hands and inhibit piecing together information. According to Sergeant Keith Kamek, spokesman for the department, 10 detectives, some who had pulled off other assignments, are working on the investigation. Radcliffe and her daughter were completed Monday, so the autopsies were completed, but that detectives would not disclose what the autopsies revealed. It's a horrible, heart-wrenching tragedy, Hanrahan said. I can't begin to imagine someone killing a child. Yeah, it seems like we get a lot of that. A lot of psychos out there. And then we move to the 20th, 8 days later. Smiling photos of a mother and daughter whose lives were cut all too short stared back at those who came to remember them during a midday funeral. More than 200 people packed the pews of the church to bid farewell. Nearby, the urns containing the pair's ashes, one a bright teal-colored urn with dolphins on it for Heather Radcliffe, the other with butterflies and bright hues for her daughter, sat atop a small brown table adorned with crosses and angels. The Reverend John Gillespie, pastor of the church, led the solemn mass. And yeah, so that's about the funeral here. So we'll move on to the December 11th, the next year. Okay, so now we've got an article that's going to have a lot more information in it. Okay, so both Heather Radcliffe and her daughter, Kira, probably would have been wrapping up a school semester this month, the girl at Glen Springs Elementary School and her mother in college. The two would have been switching their attention to celebrating the holidays, said Heather Radcliffe, brother Bob Radcliffe of Durham, North Carolina. So her brother said that. Kira would have been, Kira would have just been full of life and joy making those lists to send to Santa Claus. But a year since the pair's death, their relatives have only these broken dreams that haunt them and bittersweet memories to comfort them. Gainesville police have been unable to provide any answers as to who attacked the mother and child whose bodies were found inside their home on December 9, 2006. The case has been described by police as a monstrous and chilling crime. Heather Radcliffe had been shot to death and possibly sexually battered. Her daughter tried, so it's probably not a husband in a case like that then. Her daughter tried to phone for help, was choked, and left to die inside the home that was set ablaze. I'm just really sick that it has not proceeded to... man, this is shitty, man. Jeez. I hadn't read this yet, so it's like... I'm just really sick that it has not proceeded, that people haven't come forward with more information, said Detective Patty Nixon. Police do not consider the case cold, but acknowledge they have not received any evidence or information allowing them to move forward. No arrest, no suspects named, no motive. That almost does sound like it's a random killer at that point. Bob Radcliffe believes police have done all they could on the investigation and are at a point where they need new information. We need to try to get this back in the public's attention so that people know there's still a killer out there. So, that's kind of what the real true crime YouTubers do. We try to cover cases that nobody's talking about, so that you get the information out there that nobody's talked about in a long time. Okay? So I think that's kind of like the main thing that true crime YouTubers should be doing, is have a wide variety of cases that you cover throughout the year, not just one. Okay? Because when you do that, you seem like you're in a what I call submining, where you're just really covering one case over and over and over and over again because you know that people want to watch it. And that's really not the point of what we're doing. And I think if everybody did cases that were just randomly covered all over the place, there'd be a lot more people watching different people's shows, because then they just would choose, oh yeah, okay, this is interesting, instead of the same damn thing over and over. No ASMR, please. No ASMR, what do you mean? And Chloe loves blue. Oh yeah, the ASMR true crime, what a joke. The John Doe ID was awesome. Well, thanks, Gwendolyn B. Yeah, that was awesome, wasn't it? And it's all, like right now, you guys just sent in, there's like $200 right there, and I'd say at least 70 or 80 of it, after taxes and everything, will be going to charities. So that's a good thing, right? So let me see, is this the testing? I think that was just hello. Wow, it goes so high. Testing. Testing 1, 2, 3, testing. Yeah, right there. Is that better? How's that sound? It's not quite as blown out, it looks like. All right. Of course, I can't hear it myself. How about now, Zozo? How's the audio now? Let me plug this sucker in. Okay, so that's good. All right, yeah, I think I had everything up set too high and it was like blowing it out. I could hear it in my headset. So I think right now, well, that was kind of loud. But if I just talk about like that, it won't be too bad. Okay, the bodies of Heather Radcliffe, 28, and Kira, who was 6, were discovered inside their burned home at 1715 Northwest 32nd Place. Someone set fire to the structure after shooting the woman twice in the head and again in the left side of the chest, police said. Wow, that's weird. So that sounds a little extra, Maybe it's somebody that liked her, but she wouldn't go out with him. Nixon said police have sent materials gathered at the crime scene to forensic testing. Some potential evidence still is being processed. From what has been reviewed, no solid results have been gathered. The fire prevented police from gathering some information, such as whether or not anything was taken from the residence. Nixon said police called in the Florida Department of Law Enforcement to provide a suspect, she said. The profile indicated a lone killer who likely had a violent criminal history or has served a prison sentence. It indicated a person who was likely male and old enough to have been in prison with an age range from 20 to 50. Officers had looked at 2 or 3 persons of interest who had not been ruled out in the case and were described as acquaintances of Heather Radcliffe. Those individuals state, let's see, what were they just saying there? Officers had looked at 2 or 3 persons of interest who had not been ruled out. Those individuals' status in the case remains the same, with police unable to take any additional action without more information. Well, you know the house was burned to hide forensic evidence, obviously, right? And then, unfortunately, the father, I don't know how old the father was. It must have been pretty young. But the father of Gainesville woman found slain inside her burned home along with her young daughter in 2006, died last week without knowing who was responsible for the mother and daughter's death. Man, how shitty is that? Robert Radcliffe, 66. Come on, Gwen. Hey, thank you, Gwendolyn. You guys are crazy. Thank you very much. One more time. I just got my bonus for the year. Does this work for a channel membership? Well, it doesn't. I don't get the assigned channel memberships. You have to click on the join button. But yeah, I mean, it's probably a hell of a... I mean, if you do the $2.99 in a year, it's $24. So, I mean, you just did 6 years. You just did 6 years of channel membership. Anyways, thank you. I didn't have the sound effects on, but those are all cat eye donations. Thank you very much, Gwendolyn. And everybody, man, you guys are... I have Pecan Baby and Brandy Bradford. Thank you very much. So Robert C. Radcliffe, 66, taught at the University of Florida, where he was an associate professor in the Department of Finance. So he didn't get to... I mean, he only lived 3 years after his daughter died. And he was only 66. It's pretty young. Okay, then we get to today. It's still not solved. Oops, that was Julie Rules. There we go. So here's a video.
15 years since a mother and daughter were found dead in a house fire in Gainesville, but their death was ruled a homicide. Police found the body of 28-year-old Heather Radcliffe and her 6-year-old daughter, Kiara, after they responded to a house fire. Police say the killer likely shot Heather and then strangled Kiara. Investigators believe the house was burned down in an attempt to cover up the murder. Heather's sister says she believes people have information that could help solve this cold case.
The people in Stark.
15 years since a mother and daughter were found dead in a house fire in Gainesville, but their death was ruled a homicide. Police found the body of 28-year-old Heather Radcliffe and her 6-year-old daughter, Kiara, after they responded to a house fire. Police say the killer likely shot Heather and then strangled Kiara. Investigators believe the house was burned down in an attempt to cover up the murder. Heather's sister...
I don't know, it's weird. Such a weird... It does feel like she must have... it feels like she knew the person. It'd be hard to imagine, like, a biological father going in there and killing the kid. You would have found out a way to do it where your kid didn't see you. Something like that. I don't know. That's an interesting... That's unusual. It's been 15 years since a mother and daughter were found dead in a house fire. Police found the body of 28-year-old Heather Radcliffe and her 6-year-old daughter, Kira, after they responded to a house fire. They said the killer likely shot Heather and then strangled Kira and then left her in there to burn. That article had the whole thing in it. Okay, so that's where that case is right now, right? I mean, just absolutely... Isn't that crazy? I mean, doesn't that seem like one that would be solved? You got, I mean, especially when you're on a street like this. I mean, I don't know if anybody has a security camera. Certainly back in 2006, the Ring doorbell, amazing sort of revolution wasn't going on. I mean, that's just been such an amazing thing. I mean, Ring doorbell should win some kind of award of some sort, you know, like they've helped so many different cases and make people feel safe. Pretty amazing. And you know what? You know what's kind of cool is what Gwendolyn just typed in up there. What did she say? Wait, was that another one? Wait, what's going on here? Now I'm confused. No, she said... Oh yeah, up above she said it helped get through the pandemic. That's exactly what Stacy wrote. She said, you know, I'm not going to read the letter, but you know, just it made me feel really good because she said that I've helped a lot of people, and especially, you know, help people get through like the pandemic, and you know, because we did shows every single night even during the pandemic, and the Generous Freaks, we even found a way that we could donate $22,000 last year to charity. So that was pretty crazy. So, you know, if nothing else, I feel good that I'm able to do that for some people. You know, it's weird how there's people out there that hate my guts, right? But, you know, then there's these other people where it's the exact opposite, right? Thank you, Eugenie. And look at that. There's the Daddio Caspian Horses Rock Lemon Face Dance. Yeah, I mean, because we did shows every single day. You could literally count. I mean, I had a surgery done on my neck, and I think that was the only night. I don't even know. I think I made a community post at least when we were chatting while I was in the in the hotel. And then the night I got home, I did a show. It was like crazy. We drove all the way home, and I'm sitting there, and my arm doesn't really work or anything. And we did a show, and I've only really missed maybe, gosh, I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 days the entire year. Yeah, I remember that. I still did the community post, so I was updating you guys. Yeah. So, pretty crazy. Alright, so what are we at? Going to be about 29 minutes in. And now we're going to start on the Martin case. Alright. Let me make sure I say that. The missing Martin family in Portland, Oregon. I think it's northeast Portland. Really nice homes over there. And then it became sort of like a bad part of town, and then over the last, I don't know, 25 years or so, it's gotten nice again. But all the homes are really nicely built. I mean, it was pretty amazing. Okay, here we go. Here's the very first article. They actually disappeared on the 7th. And I think the first article came out on the 9th. You know, people aren't sure at that point. There might have been something earlier, but I couldn't find it. So here we go. And this one website that isn't as clear as newspapers.com is the one that has a lot of the Oregonians from back then. The genealogy one. Now, there's a lot of people when you go to those channels, Crystal, that just hate my guts, you know. And, you know, it's really weird, you know, like I got, you know, on Facebook today somebody freaked out because the other night I said after, you know, I didn't mention their names at all, but I said that there were people that made a video and they copied exactly what we did 4 years ago. And they just did it a little, you know, slightly differently, but came up with the same answers and everything. And, you know, what you think is, if they're really trying to create goodwill and so forth, that they would have reached out to the person who created and came up with the ideas and figured all that stuff out a long time ago to see if there was anything that they wish they could have done back then, because they're right there right now. And that never happened. And it just, so it's hard to really respect people when they act like that, I would have been like, hey, all right, cool, But instead, it's just, hey, look, hey, we came up with this, look at it. And it's really, I don't know how to say it, but it's really shitty when people do that. Like, John Lorden never does that. I don't do that. When I get something from somebody, like an actual something, not, somebody sends me a link, I don't go, hey, so-and-so sent me But if somebody did a investigation and came up with something and told me about it, and then I brought it up on the show, I'm going to mention who said it. Okay, that's just how it is. All right? And, John Lorden, for example, do you guys remember the Blake, all of a sudden my brain isn't working with the last name, Chappell case? Remember the mother came on, the community post that I made with the interviews? Well, he covered it, and I sent him all my interviews, and he thanked me, on the show and after the show, and he said it was awesome, right? I mean, that's kind of how it's supposed to be. But these guys, it isn't like that for them. It's like the wild, they only thank each other in their small little group. It's really strange, And the funny thing is they're thanking somebody for something that somebody else already did. So anyways, that's why I don't really respect a lot of those people at all. And they lie when they make videos. They put out and edit things in a way that are the worst possible, trashy thing. Like if they're going to slam you, so they put out this whole thing in order, but edit it in a way that isn't really reality. Okay? And so there you go. I'm just doing what I'm doing. And if I want to criticize something, I'm going to criticize it. But I'm not going to be doing videos about you. Okay? That's the difference. I don't sit there and go, ooh, and spend hours and hours making a video about somebody. I'll make a video about your information for sure. If I'm going to debunk something, that is something I do. If you put out something that's absolutely garbage and it's provably false, I'll do it. Okay? So I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. All right, so here we go. We're going to start on the Martin family here. All right? Here we go. Mountain searched for family. All right? 3 children with parents on, I'm not sure, Larch Slopes. A Portland man and wife and their 3 school-aged children were the object of a search on Larch Mountain Monday night and early Tuesday morning. Let's see here. I don't even know. I think I might have done Larch Mountain. Let's see. Yeah. Could be east of here. Oh, weird. Okay, let me put a little pin up on here. Larch Mountain. I didn't have that one in there yet. Oh, thank you, Tracy. I mean, there's other, good channels. It's to each his own, as it were. Oops. It is yard time. Okay, I'm gonna turn this off right after this one. Hold on.
You are the absolute best. There is not one channel that could ever come close to yours. Proud to be a freak. Heart.
Thank you. All right, let me turn that. Okay, a Portland man and wife and their 3 school-aged children were the object of a search on Larch Mountain Monday night and early Tuesday morning. Missing are Mr. and Mrs. Ken Martin, both about 50. Oh, that's so weird. It took me so long, and it was in that first article there. 1750 Northeast 56th. All right, so let's go to that house. 1715 Northeast 56, right here. I hadn't read it. That's how you know I hadn't read the damn things, because okay, it's right there, behind there, and you can't see it. So I do have a better version, which is on Google Maps, and now you can see the house right there. That's what it looks like. Kind of a cute little cottage, you know, like that's all the houses out there. Look how amazing these houses are, and they've looked like that since then, you know, like way back. Really well built. A lot of them have been, you know, updated, remodeled, painted, that kind of thing. All right, so and so they're missing the parents and 3 daughters: Barbara, about 15, Sue, about 10, and Virginia, about 12. Well, do you not know their ages? You keep putting about in there. The search was launched by the Multnomah County Sheriff's Force, and that would be office, and 4-wheel drive equipment was put into use for negotiating the upper reaches of the partly frozen mountain. The deputies plan to comb all roads on the mountain. Information from the neighbors indicate the family left home early Sunday afternoon to get Christmas trees. So they left their home to get Christmas trees. Mr. and Mrs. Martin are members of the Oregon Trails Club, and other members of the group believe Martin would have gone to the Multnomah Basin region of the mountain if seeking trees. They point out that the Trails Club has a cabin in the basin, that Martin is familiar with the country, and that he would have known where to obtain the necessary tree permits in that sector. Alarm regarding the family was raised Monday when Martin failed to show up for an important appointment at his place of business, the Eccles Electric at 237 Northeast Broadway. I think I have that one. Right there. So where did I put that? Oh yeah, okay. So it's right there. It's a real estate office, but it was in. Well, actually, yeah, no, it's purely real estate. Barbara Covert, Portland real estate agent, and Remax. So that's where he used to work. And he never made it there because he never made it home from getting the tree. A check with Rose City Grade School indicates the 2 younger Martin girls were not in school Monday, and that the older girl did not report for her Grant High School classes. Neighbors told Trails Club members the Martin family left home at about 2 p.m. Sunday, shortly after a visit by a family with 3 children driving a Buick automobile. The Multnomah County Sheriff's Office requests that the unknown visiting couple contact the sheriff's office, the chance being that Martins may have told their guests where they were going. The Martins were believed driving a red and white station wagon. All right, so that was the very first article. And then that was on December 9th, and then we're going to go to December 10th. I mean, there's literally articles the whole time. So this is just going to be part 1, I guess, you know. We'll see how it goes. I mean, if it sort of gets to a point where you seem like we have everything. A 2-state search was pressed Tuesday night for the missing Ken Martin family, and deputies concentrated on a 90-acre tract of Larch Mountain Road known as Martin's Acreage. Wow, so that's like land that he owned then, right? Let's see. Yeah, I don't think that's still there. The family of 1715 Northeast 56th Avenue comprises Martin, his wife Barbara, and 3 daughters, Barbara 14, Virginia 13, and Sue 11. They have been missing since Sunday afternoon when they reportedly left to hunt for a Christmas tree and Christmas greens. Okay, so reports from different sources sent Multnomah and Clackamas County deputy sheriffs on searches. Hottest lead Tuesday night sent 2 Multnomah County deputies speeding up Larch Mountain Road to Martin's acreage, believed owned by persons not related to the missing Martins. Okay, so just another Martins family. Early Wednesday, Clackamas County deputy sheriff left for Marmot Road beyond Roseland Lake. So let's see where that is. Marmot Road. Okay. And let's just put a pin here really quick. Marmot Road. But let's see where that lake is though first. Beyond Roseland Lake in the Sandy River drainage. Okay. Roseland Lake. Okay, so that is, I think that's probably the right spot then. Because that's the Sandy River right there. And then this is Marmot. That's a town called, an area called Marmot. But this road, Marmot Road, goes like this all the way from, you know, this whole road right here. So I'm going to move this kind of in the middle of it, somewhere over here. Alright, so that's one of the spots. So they checked there, Larch Mountain. Yeah, let's just go through it and we'll start, you know, theorizing as we're going. I mean, this is just the second day. They don't have a clue where they went at this point. I mean, barely any clues, right? Alright, so that was Marmot Lake. There it is. Marmot Road beyond Roseland Lake and Sandy River drainage. On a report, partly red car was seen parked there at 4 p.m. Sunday. Mrs. Frederick Holm of 11301 Northeast Morris Street told Multnomah County deputies Tuesday she and her husband Sunday saw a family which could answer the description of the missing Martin family. Mrs. Holm said they were driving in on Larch Mountain Road and noticed a sign saying Christmas trees were available on a farm 1 mile off the road. She said they drove there and found several carloads of people getting trees. The owner of the property introduced himself as Martin, she said, and later station wagon containing a man, woman, and 3 girls drove up. They also said their name was Martin, and Miss Holm recalled she remarked that the name was the same as that of the owner of the property. So that, I bet that maybe that was them. The woman, Mrs. Holmes said, was a heavy set and wore a tweed coat. Her face resembled news photos of Mrs. Ken Martin's face, she said. I think it's dumb. You know, I always thought it was ridiculous that women, I mean, even when I was a kid, I thought it was weird. You know, like, you know, Mrs. Kenneth Martin, who gives a shit? I mean, what about her? What, you know, call her Mrs. You know, Sandra Martin or whatever, right? I mean, I don't really understand why they do that. Do you guys ever wonder that? It's crazy. It's like, even when I was a kid, I thought it was weird that you didn't have the name of the, you know, women's names just sort of disappeared, their first names. So it was always hard. And it makes it a lot harder in these articles to find who you're looking for. It's pretty crazy. Hmm. 17, Barbara. So Barbara is her name, and I think his name is President Martin, his wife. Yeah, so Ken Martin, Barbara, and then another Barbara is one of the daughters, Virginia and Sue. Okay, the woman Mrs. Holmes said was heavyset. All right, down here it says the girls began picking ferns, Miss Holmes said. After hearing her story, 2 deputies started up the Larch Mountain Road late Tuesday night to check the area and locate the owner of the property. Multnomah deputies said early Wednesday they were confident of finding George Martin, owner of the 94-acre tract on Larch Mountain, at home late in the day to ask if the Martins who are kin to him, Martins who are no kin to him, asked to take some Christmas trees from the property. Deputies found a snack on the acreage, but learned later Martin lived in Portland. Or shack, not a snack. All right, hold on a second. The bobblehead. I had to go get my Gatorade. Okay, Multnomah. Okay, right down here. Clackamas deputies said their report on the partly red car in the Marmot Road area came from William N. McClellan, who was fishing. Said he saw the same car at 1 p.m. Sunday at Dodge Park. Some people were in then. Let me see where Dodge Park is. That should be up in this area. I don't know, I guess it's over here. No, it's Marmot Road. Okay. So it's way up here. Well, where does Marmot Road go? Does it continue on? Let's see. Oh, there's Marmot right there. Well, there's Dodge Park. We'll put that there. Cleland, who was finishing, said he saw the same car at 1 p.m. Sunday at Dodge Park. Some people were in it then, but not at 4 p.m. when he saw it on the Marmot Road. The Multnomah County Sheriff's Office said planes could be used in a continuing search Wednesday for the Martins. The last persons believed to had seen the Martins are Mr. and Mrs. Robert D. Evans Hubbard, who visited the Martin home at about 10:30 a.m. on Sunday. The Evans were told the Martins would be going out for the day. About an hour later, the Evans were at the home of Calvin E. Welsh at 15525 Southeast Powell Boulevard, and Mrs. Welsh telephoned the Martins to invite them for Sunday dinner. Mrs. Martin said, so that was at, what time was that? Okay, so 10:30 a.m. Sunday. The Evans were told the Martins would be about an hour later, so at 11:30 a.m., this lady called Mrs. Martin, said they could not come because they planned to drive out the highway to look for greens, Mrs. Evans said. Joining in the search were the Oregon State Police, the Washington State Patrol, and the Sheriff's Office of Multnomah, Clark, Clackamas, and Hood River counties. Hood River deputies Tuesday night searched in the Mosier area beyond Cascade Locks. So let's see where that is. Yep, it's over here. So right there. Mosier. I think you're getting closer to the area there. let's see, Mosier area. Clark County deputies received a vague report of a family answering the Martins' description in an area about 6 miles east of Battleground, Washington. Clackamas County and report of a family answering the Martin description near Abbott on the Clackamas River. Deputies during the day searched the Bull Run, Hillock, Burn, and Mount Hood regions. A sister of Mr. Martin, Charlotte Dorsey, 2995 Northeast 59th Avenue, said the Martins normally spend a great deal of time in the woods. She said she had searched the Martin house and found no evidence that the family expected to be gone for more than a few hours. So now it's sounding ominous at that point. And now they're back up at Larch again. This is the 11th. So now we've done 9th, 10th. This is the 11th. Special slim leads in the search for the missing Ken Martin family of 5 dissolved into nothing Wednesday as friends, officers, and City Water Bureau and U.S. Forest Service personnel searched every possible road in the Larch Mountain area. A continuous rain together with a thick, low-hanging cloud bank over the Columbia Gorge area hampered searchers. There is no good positive clue to the whereabouts of Ken Martin, his wife Barbara, and their 3 daughters, Barbara 15, Virginia 12, and Sue 11. I mean, that's like the 3rd different variation there. The last known fact about them is that they told friends Sunday they were going up the highway to get greens. George Martin, who owns 90 acres of Larch Mountain, I thought they said he wasn't related a few minutes ago. Oh, is that a different George? It's a different person, right? His name is Ken. Okay, George Martin, who owns 90 acres of Larch Mountain property on which he was letting people cut Christmas trees Sunday, led a small party composed of Dr. Roy A., something like Fedge, a pastor of the Rose City Park Methodist Church. Let's see. These roads had already been thoroughly combed by members of the Multnomah County Sheriff's Office, both Tuesday when the weather was fairly clear and again on Wednesday. Locked trail scanned. Elliott and 2 members of the Forest Service, Clayton Bjork and Carl Pazina, went through a locked gate on the old camp road to see if possibly they had gone there. Martin is a member of the Trails Club and could possibly have had a key to the gate. So is it still there? Old Camp Road? Let's see. I don't know. That doesn't look like it's still there. They found nothing. A neighbor of the Martins, Ansel Nargi, 815 Northeast 56th Avenue, together with his son Burton, who work at the Water Bureau, and Gilbert Balziger, a Portland fireman, reported they also checked the camp road Monday when there was frost there. They found no sign. George Martin thought at first Wednesday that he might recognize a picture of Ken Martin, but he was not sure. It was on the basis that he might know where they would go for greens if they had been there. That prompted him to lead Dr. Fedge up Wednesday. Mrs. George Martin, who was also at the tree farm Sunday, said positively that she did not recognize any of the family. So now that lady who said, "Oh yeah, I saw them and the 3 kids," with the last name of Martin, maybe it was a whole other family with the 3 kids and Martin, because they sure didn't recognize them. So right here it says the Carnegies said the Martins would not be hard to miss. All are heavy set, with Mrs. Martin at 5 feet 10 inches, weighing at least 190 pounds, and Mrs. Martin almost as tall, weighing well over 200 pounds. The girls are good-sized also. The Martins usually like to get a small Christmas tree for their table, and then considerable greens, which for decorating the front of their house, along with Christmas lights at 1715 Northeast 56. They had a street called Candy Cane Lane, and the Martins were the ones that would set it up every year. So their entire street was set up for Christmas. They all got candy canes on their front lawns, and they were all Mr. Martins, but all the neighbors wanted it on their lawn, so he would put them on there. Sheriff Francis Lambert Wednesday said his deputies knew not where to look in the absence of all clues. Reports that Ken Martin's family had been seen on a high point along the highway near Malala proved unfounded Wednesday. Wendell Baker, fireman on the fireboat of St. John's, took deputies to the spot where he thought he had seen the red and white station wagon. The Ken Martin station wagon does not look red and white, but cream with a little red trim, not readily visible. A report by Forrest Brown, owner of Brownie Shell Service at Scappoose, that's way the other direction, that he had seen a car of the description of the Martin Sunday, was checked out by Oregon State Tuesday. They reported they found no car. So it's just like, one report after another is, total crap. But I'm just trying to plot stuff out so we can narrow down, where we think it might be. Sheriff to order wide hunt. Multnomah County Sheriff Francis Lambert Thursday night called on sheriffs of surrounding counties to join in a 5-county coordinated push to find the missing Martin family. The sheriffs have been called by Lambert to meet in his office Friday at 10 a.m. and to bring their county road maps so that a coordinated check can be made of what has and what has not been searched. Thanks, Alley Cat, from one of the old subs. It isn't much great. Hey, but it's all the same, right? It's all the same, Alley Cat. It's a lot to me. So thank you very much. The sheriff action followed a new tip Thursday from a filling station attendant who was in Seattle from Monday to Thursday and recalled on his return home that he had served a family answering the Martin's description of the Martin. So where is this one? The sheriff? I checked. The sheriff's action followed a new tip Thursday from a filling station. Peter Henke, Route 3, Box 846 Gresham, who did not know anyone was missing until returning to Portland Thursday, identified one of the daughters from the pictures Thursday. Captain Gordon Auburn of the Gresham precinct of the Multnomah County Sheriff's Office said Thursday night. Henke was working at the Richfield Station at the intersection of Mount Hood Highway and Kane Road. Let's see where that is. Yeah, I don't even see it. Highway, Mount Hood Highway, and Kane, K-A-N, spelled it wrong. Oh, so that's way over here. Hold on, let me just do Kane Road. So over in this area. And then Mount Hood Highway would probably be okay, that's Mount Hood Highway. And then Kane was right there, right? Right there. So probably like right in this area with a gas station. Hinkie was working at the Richfield station at the intersection of Mount Hood Highway and Kane Road, about a mile east of Gresham. I'm pretty near positive it was that family, he said. I knew it was a light-colored station wagon with red trimming. He said the family bought $3 worth of gas, and the man got out to pay him cash. When he brought out the green stamps, the woman, whom he described as heavyset, rolled down the window to take them so you won't have to go around. Hinkie said he remembered the 3 daughters in the back seat, and particularly the smallest one, because she was very cute and I flirted with her. And no, that doesn't mean he's some psycho. Okay. That's just different time back then in the wording people used. Sue recalled as pretty. Relatives and friends of the family said that Sue, the 8-year-old, is an extraordinarily pretty and friendly child and would be just something she would do. The others are Barbara, 14, and Gina, 12. Mrs. Martin. What does that mean? Friendly child and would be just something she would do. I don't even know what that means. Mrs. Martin is usually called Bibi, or Bibi. Her first name is Barbara. In announcing the 5-county search plan, Sheriff Lambert said, "We are going to coordinate our efforts so each one knows what the other has done and is doing. This is an area search and should not be a 5-county search." All right, so there we go. And that was the first page of that. And then it goes all the way over to another page, which is the same date. Actually, it just takes up a lot of a page. I don't know if I'm going to read the whole thing, but let me. Hood River County Sheriff Rupert Gilmouth set out after dark Thursday night to probe the snowbound Highway 35 running from Government Camp area on Mount Hood to Hood River. Let's see. I know what that is. So Mount Hood is right here. See that? So let's see. There's 35. So you can. So we'll just say Highway 35. Hey, thanks, Gwendolyn B. again. I agree, no matter what pass it on. Bibb County, John Doe started it here. Please donate to our DNA. Yeah, we'll be definitely. That's what we're going to be donating almost all of it to again at the end of the month, because we got to get the entire Addison County one covered. Highway 35. And that means they went all the way down, Highway 35 again. And then all the way to here. This is Hood River right in here. It's got a really cool drive. I've done it before. So, you drove all the way down from the mountain up there and then come around, and it's pretty. I mean, in 1959, this whole area was a lot more dangerous to drive in. Just look at it. You can tell that. If you just went off a little bit, you're going to go down. Not sure why it's bouncing back and forth like that, but look at that. The guy must have been drunk. So there you go. Pulls into there. Let me go back to some of these other ones. This is Larch Mountain. Let's see if there's any roads at all up on here. Oh, look at that. There is something here. A 360 degree. Look at that. Look at the wilderness there. Crazy, huh? Yeah, they could have, Marianne. Yeah, we're just trying to get through the whole thing, though. But yeah, that seems like a possibility for sure, yeah. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of 360-degree right at the top of this thing. Look at that. Oh, that's cool. Look at that shot. Oh, man. That's crazy. That's awesome. Man, wouldn't that be a great place to take a drone out and just... Bzzz. Man. Yeah. All right, Gwendolyn, cool. That shit isn't much dangerous than the Idaho youth. Thanks, Claudia Neubauer. That's really cool. I didn't even know this existed. Wow. It's awesome. So, anyways, that was the Larch Mountain area from earlier. Oops, shit. Gilmouse said we don't expect to find anything out there, but are checking it out just in case. And that was on that Highway 35. He decided to lead the search through the area after Gresham Area Service Station operator Peter Hankey recalled that he had served a family answering the description of the Martins Sunday afternoon. He recalled, too, that he had a conversation with a family about that time concerning the dangerous loop highway, but wasn't sure it was the same family that answered the Martins' description. Oh, that's interesting, because I think that is, I think he did talk to them. Sheriff Gilmouth pushed into the winter closed road with Hood River Rescue Wagon, a four-wheel drive truck. Thanks, Gwendolyn. I'm glad you like those areas. I wasn't doing a comparison, though, if whether or not Idaho or Utah were more dangerous. Let's see. The Mount Hood Loop is closed beyond Government Camp for the winter, although it has little snow on it because of the recent warm weather. State police have already sent jeeps, though, on the other side of the chain this week, so it was closed, but they put some jeeps behind it to go check. Most of the search for the Martins was localized earlier this week in the Larch Mountain area. Some persons have thought they saw a family of that description there, but none of them checked out positively. The time would fit. The car is a 1954 off-white Ford station wagon with red trim. So that's now they're talking about Hankey again, the gas station individual. One family came forward Thursday to say it was possible it was mistaken for the Martin Sunday on Larch Mountain. Okay, right. I think they realized they really didn't see him. They didn't want to, you know. Harry Shuzuski, maybe, 2211 Southwest Vista Avenue, said he and his wife and their three daughters, Sharon 13, Tina 11, and you know what, like today they would never put all these names and what they saw. Three daughters, Sharon 13, Tina 11, and Mary 6 drove up to Larch Mountain Sunday between 2:30 and 4:30 p.m. Oh wow, so this is another family. And they had three daughters. They went to Larch Mountain between 2:30 and 4:30. They have a 1955 Dodge station wagon, which is light gray, and red, which could have been mistaken for the Martin car. Relatives and friends Thursday were still looking over roads and trails in the Larch Mountain area, as were Multnomah County Sheriff's deputies. So they can kind of rule that one out now. Martin's sister, Mrs. Charlotte Dorsey of 2995 Northeast 59th Avenue, emphasized again Thursday that there could be no reason for the family to take any long trip. Their house was just as if the Martins had left for a short drive. Yeah, I mean, it's not a short drive to go get some trees, but, a couple hours kind of thing. Their house was just as if the Martins had left it. The sawdust burner of their brown-shaked 5-room home where they had lived 26 years had gone out by Monday night. When Mrs. Dorsey became alarmed by the basement, but the basement was still warm, indicating it had been going recently. The older girl, Barbara, is a freshman at Grant High School. Gina is in the 7th. I mean, we used to compete against Grant High School. I went to Wilson. Now it's some stupid-ass woke name. It's ridiculous. The older girl, Barbara, is a freshman at Grant High School. Gina is in the 7th grade, and Sue is in the 5th at Rose City Park School. He's a very cautious driver, Miss Dorsey said, and very concerned over the welfare of the family. I doubt he would plan to be gone after dark. I have never for 1 minute given them up. I think he had to have planned to be after dark. He probably set off in the afternoon, and I don't think it was even light outside at the time. I don't know. We'll see, I guess. The Martins' 20-year-old son, Donald, in school at Columbia University in New York, will stay there until some further positive word. So, there's one surviving son, or, one that's not missing, I guess is a better. Searches have also been made in Clackamas County. Trails Club members also searched the Lolo Pass Road, the old Marmot Road along Sandy River. Yep, they did all that. So, all right, now we're going to move on to the 14th. Friends rate missing Ken Martin as a top flight Santa in Candy Lane. See, there you go. There's no warmth in fireplace at Martin Manor at 1715 Northeast 56th Avenue. The home of missing Martins, and there's nobody in Santa Claus suit, though Christmas nears. Looking at empty suit is Ken Martin's sister, Mrs. Charlotte Dorsey. She made the outfit for him years ago. So, and these are 3 of the kids right here. And that's their house. And see, now when we go back to if we still have it, I don't know if I still have that open or not. Oh, no, that's that one. Let me open it up over here. So there you go. There's the same exact house. See? All those years ago, even has the same, everything. It's pretty amazing how sturdy these homes are. And nice. Well, a really great craftsmanship. So there you go. Ken Martin, who was missing with his wife, 3 daughters, on a trip for Christmas greens, has long been admired by his neighbors this time of the year along Candy Lane. I guess you could say that people admire Chris, my wife, because she does these. Everyone drives around just to come see her lights. It's pretty cool. Let's see. Long admired by his neighbors this time of year along Candy Lane, Northeast 56th Avenue, Hancock to Broadway. No, so it's Hancock to Broadway, as a Santa Claus who did not need any padding, physical or spiritual, so he was big enough to be Santa Claus. His large build filled his fine Santa Claus suit handsomely. His jovial nature took on added cheer in his annual role of Santa Claus for Candy Lane, If anyone enjoyed playing Santa Claus more than children, it was Ken Martin. And actually, prior to all this, he's in the newspaper, like Ken Martin setting up the, Christmas whatever club or something. I mean, it was pretty weird. A neighbor said Martin got so good at that, people on that street could not recognize him. He had complained years ago that he could not get a good rented Santa Claus suit. He wore them one after another at various functions in the holiday season, where his special talent of being a good Santa Claus was put into service, with the old ho, 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 right? Okay, let me try this one. Ho, ho, ho.
Yeah, that's a lot better, Bray.
Yeah, okay. His sister, Mrs. Charlotte Dorsey of 2955 Northeast 59th Avenue, finally made him a fine suit to which he added whiskers that were not made of rope. They were soft, silky, and gave him an added kindly touch. He wore his suit to a lodge Christmas gathering last Saturday night. On a chair near the fireplace in his home at 1715 Northeast 56th Avenue is the whole outfit, the jolly red cap on top, the black shiny leggings on the bottom. Everything is of ample size. I mean, isn't that amazing, the articles that they would write back then? On one arm of the chair, which a merry Santa Claus would fill comfortably, is Mrs. Martin's pioneer costume. She had accompanied her husband to the lodge gathering. In the fireplace are pieces of Christmas candy, wrappings, and shells of walnuts and filberts. Mrs. Martin had left the glasses, which she used only for reading, on the mantel. I think that was that one, and we did that one. Yeah, so we did that one. So now we're on to the 18th. Are you guys finding this mildly interesting anyways? I think it's just interesting, just like this is how it was in the papers. This is exactly what they were writing at the time. So there might be little clues in there that you don't see currently. When people do new articles now, they don't go back and check out all the stuff that they were looking at. Hey, we even have 260 people here. A good third of what we had when we talk about Delphi. But you guys are the actual true crime people that are here right now. Clackamas County Sheriff Joe Shobe said Wednesday he is exploring possibility of having skin divers equipped with mine detectors. Or, there you go, see, now you got in the water. Skin divers equipped with mine detectors or sensitive loudspeaker type magnets check shores of the North Fork Dam Reservoir in the Clackamas County River. Although there has been no indication that the Martins, missing since December 7th, when they went looking for a Christmas tree, were near the North Fork Reservoir, Shobe said many citizens have suggested the search there. Oh, that's pretty cool, that they actually listened to people. A request for Navy skin divers to aid in the search has been made by Hy Jackson, Clackamas County Civil Defense Coordinator. Another reward fund, another $100 of reward money was offered Wednesday by Edwin H. Ellis of Safely Incorporated, a motor club at 3436 Southeast Hawthorne Boulevard. This brought the total to $600. Plans for nationwide distribution of a missing persons circular on the Martin family were announced Wednesday by the Multnomah County Sheriff's Office. And see, this is the exact same time that the Jackson family in that serial killer case. And so they were trying to compare the two, and that's even how I found out about that case and serial killer. Because I was looking at this case right here. We're at a loss to where to look, said Pratt. We feel that we've covered the county completely by foot, by road, and by air. We have not organized search at all, but we're following up on leads. We have no organized search at all, but we're following up on leads. He suggested. No, suggestion. What does it say right there? Leads, even suggestions. Okay. Pratt said deputies are also checking out tips from psychic readers. Oh, God. Oh, man. Even back then. And persons reporting dream visions. Listen to this sentence right here. Pratt said deputies also are checking out tips from psychic readers and persons reporting dream visions of the family's whereabouts, providing they are within reason. Of course. Yeah, so, make sure if you're going to put out some psychic drivel that it's within reason. Okay? Make it, You never can tell. Somebody might pop up with something, he added. Right. One person reported a dream that the family was either in the ocean near Wheeler or in the Columbia River. Okay, well, that one has a possibility. But see, when you do an or, like you're a psychic and you put an or in there, give me a break. Jeez. Well, they're either in the ocean or the Columbia, or you just start throwing out every or that they're possibly. Look, if you're a psychic, there shouldn't be a need for an or. You just get one chance, and that's it. All right. Pratt said there has been no indication of foul play. All right, that on the 19th. Clue checked on the Martins. Multnomah County Sheriff's deputies Thursday night clung to a slim lead in the hope that it may hold the solution to the mysterious disappearance of the missing Ken Martin family, object of a widespread search for a week and a half. Man, that was a one high. Boom! Just pulled that reading off. Evidence found at Crown Point indicates that an automobile may have gone off the cliff there, and sheriff's deputies plan to search at the bottom of the cliff Friday morning. So where's Crown Point? No, so that's around here. Crown Point. Ooh, yeah, look at that. Look at that craziness. What were you saying there, Gwendolyn B? I mean, look at this. Are you kidding me? All right, Crown Point. Let's see what that looks like. Any more of those? There we go. There's a 3D view right there. God, look at this fool. Who went? Oh, there he is right there. Yeah. I guess there's a trail there, but yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's not really... Doesn't that look spooky? Like that, just the image is spooky as hell. I almost have to save that. That's crazy. I mean, I don't even know who that is, but... Look at that. That looks like some kind of a... That's creepy. So this is the road up there. Hey, wait. You see those people? They just disappeared. That's October 2021, and this one is October 2019. I mean, it's really... Oregon is really beautiful. Just got absolute morons that run the state. So there you go. Way up in the air there. This is a place that they thought maybe they went, and there was indication that they went off the road there. Deputies said there's a possibility that the Martin station wagon lies at the bottom of the cliff, but said they must check the possibility thoroughly before they will be satisfied that it is a solution to the family disappearance. Ken Martin, his wife, and 3 daughters, Barbara 14, Virginia 12, and Sue 10, have been missing since December 7th, when they left their home at 1715 Northeast 56th Avenue in search of Christmas greenery. The renewed search effort at Crown Point Thursday was sparked by a report from Janice Moore of the Vista Cafe at Crown Point. She told deputies she heard an automobile horn blowing on the day the Martin family disappeared. She said she went outside to investigate, but the horn stopped, only to start again when she went back inside. Deputies investigating the report found a plastic hat and a woman's silk scarf clinging to brush on the face of the cliff. However, they pointed out that a strong east wind often blows headgear from persons in the area. They also explained that many wrecked automobiles lie at the foot of the cliff and that air searches failed to disclose any new wreckage. Deputies searched the area Thursday until darkness halted their efforts. Man, I wonder, can you still see that? Wow. So there's cars. Look at that. Look at that damn, how steep that is right there. You know, I think this might be the place where the happy-faced serial killer killed people. It was up on one of these points up here. Alright, now we're going on to the 20th. Hunts posted for Martins. An all-out search for the Kenneth Martin family missing from their home since December 7th by two separate groups will be conducted Saturday and Sunday. Saturday, employees of the Portland General Electric Company will conduct a search along the lake behind the company's North Fork Dam on the Clackamas River. Sunday, the Sidewinder Club of about 200 motorcyclists will search back roads in the Clackamas County in areas where it is difficult for automobiles to be driven. A wispy lead on the missing family evidently vanished Friday when firemen searched a soft earth and rock cliffside near Crown Point. In winds that made it's very windy. The gorge right there, they're starting to put windmills out there because it's absolutely, you can get 40, 50 mile an hour winds. 30, it's always like 20, no matter what. A lot of people do the what is it called? Like surfboard sailing or whatever the hell the term is. A wispy lead on the missing family evidently vanished. Okay, an area at the base of the cliff had been searched carefully Thursday. Elliot said she'd seen a woman's scarf and child's cap. Yeah, we know that part. Alright. So it almost looks like the last one. Almost the same article. Alright, on the 21st, giant candy canes are absent in Martin's neighborhood. Yeah, that sucked because he ran that whole show. Santa Claus won't come to Portland's Candy Lane this year. Kenneth Martin, who plays the role at the annual neighborhood Christmas celebration, has vanished. He and his family left home the morning of Sunday, December 7th, to get Christmas greens for their home and have not been heard from since. Papers and personal articles of a family with 3 young daughters still are scattered around an ordinary Sunday morning confusion at the Martins' home. But none of the giant candy canes, which gave the neighborhood its holiday name, Candy Cane Lane, are up this year. We just don't have the heart to put up the decorations Martin made since Mrs. Elmer Riley, said Mrs. Elmer Riley, a neighbor. The Martin Ken, 54, his wife Barbara Jean, 48, and their 3 daughters, Barbara 14, Virginia 13, and Sue 11, left home in their car 2 weeks ago.
Mr. and Mrs. Robert D. Evans visited the Martins that Sunday morning and were told the Martins were going out for the day. Later, Mrs. Calvin E. Welsh of Portland called and invited the Martins over for dinner. Mrs. Martin said she was sorry, but the family was going out to look for greenery. The Martins were an outdoor family, and no one thought anything of it until the next day when Martin failed to show up for a business appointment. Sheriffs from 5 counties organized searches. 2 helicopters and several planes looked from the air. Skin divers searched a lake. Gradually, all clues were discounted. On December 15th, the official search was called off. Oh, well, it's all right. Oops. All right, here we go. Martin clues seen in Idaho. The Idaho State Police reported late Sunday that a special police officer in Boise believes that a station wagon he checked last Monday night in a gravel pit 2 miles east of town on Highway 30 may have been the car of the missing Ken Martin family. Officer Ed Given of the Idaho State Police told the Oregon State Police that the special officer had not reported the incident until Sunday after he had read a story in an Idaho newspaper about the Martins still being missing. The special officer Given told the Oregon State Police had taken the Oregon license number of the car on a piece of paper but had lost it. He had noted that 2 young men were sleeping in it under blankets. The officer had not disturbed them. It was at midnight Monday. So where is this? Let's see. State Police, Boise. He checked last Monday night in a gravel pit 2 miles east of town. So I guess we could throw that in there. Boise should be. You drive. It's kind of like right over here. Now where is it? God dang it. No, I guess it's farther down here. I don't remember having to do that far. I drove there once to film my friend as a comedian. Alright, so, somewhere over here. It's kind of weird because Oregon... Jeez. It's interesting because, you look at Boise right here, right? And it looks like, this part over here, but that's actually in Oregon right there. So it almost seems like it's... Wow, Gwendolyn B. Gray, I struggle with stupidness of the past as well as the svelteness of the future in genealogy. Will it help you with what? Alright, here we go. Let's see, right there. Yeah, somewhere right around in this area, we'll say. Yeah, somewhere, who knows. Let's see, gravel pit. So that's just so far away. But I guess if something nefarious happened, maybe somebody did something to them and then took their car. Gray, I struggle with the stupidness of the past as well as the svelteness of the future in genealogy. Will you please help me? You don't need any help, Gwendolyn. You're a smart person. You know what I'm saying? You can figure it out. I know it. You have the ability. Let's do the mind meld. Our minds are one. She told you what she wants. Well, I don't know what you're talking about, Brian. No, she didn't say what she wanted help with. She said, I struggle with the stupidness of the past as well as the feltness of the future in genealogy. Right? That's it. Yeah, today they don't really release anything. They don't really. So you always got people like Brian Miller sitting there. Doesn't make one damn comment the whole show, and they're just waiting for something to make a comment about. See, Gray, she said what she. No, she didn't. I read it. Did you read what she wrote? She didn't say she needed help with genealogy. No, that's not what she was asking everybody. Okay. Wow. Yep, that's right, dreaming girl. That's right, dreaming girl. You. Yeah. Yeah, so her answer was, we love newspapers of the past, but not info now being released. Right. I wish newspapers now were as good as these ones back then. Because right now, we all know all the places that they searched. Hell, you even know the names of the people who said this and they said that. Right. Alright, Brian, so you got it wrong, buddy. Good try, though. Nice try. Wait for the next one. Maybe the next one will be really clear that you got me, man. That's not what she's talking about, Karen Andrews. You're just kind of trying to pretend that you... It's crazy. I wonder if we contribute to the bullshit in true crime. Not me. You might, though. I just go over the old newspaper articles and all that stuff. Yeah. Yeah, none of us in here... This channel doesn't contribute to the bullshit in true crime. Right, Gwendolyn? Oh, did you really? So my sound effect actually matched up with you dropping the iPad. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. Now, when you say we, maybe you do and other people, but I sure don't. Yeah. Yeah, we're the last people. I don't know what's happening. Really strange comments by a lot of different people. None of them make any sense. You know, a lot of weirdos. All of a sudden, just wow. Did that wake you guys up? Okay, good. I'm glad it woke you guys up. No, what contributes to the coverage being different now is law enforcement's tactics and keeping everything to themselves now, and media sucking. You know, they really don't care about these kind of things as much anymore. That's the reality of it. And also, they can't get information anymore. Everything's private and secret. I mean, you guys remember that one case that we did, the Malvina Krutz. I think it was 1950, or, you know, what was it, 50-something? 56, maybe? I mean, we did that, a 3-night show on that, and it had every damn detail. They let reporters walk in on the crime scene. You know, just absolutely crazy. Yeah, I don't even know what you're talking about, Gwendolyn. You're just kind of... your comments are all over the place. I wouldn't be giving you right now you'd be getting like a B-, C probably. Not sure what's going on there. I reserve judgment. For what? What are you talking about?
Gray, she said what she was reserving judgment for. Gray, did you hear it?
No, we didn't. I don't know what that means, Gwendolyn. Yeah. Type in like a full sentence for me. You know, like just boom. It sucks because there's a lot of awesome grassroots, but we need high standards. No, they're not. You're talking about all these crazy YouTubers that just kind of, you know, invade people's lives and pretend. Okay, see you later, Brian. You're clueless. See, when you call them grassroots, and I call them bogus, right? That's what I call them. That's what I call them. Because you got these people that with bullhorns. Is that grassroots? The bullhorn idiots that show up to people's homes and scream? I hope not. Because I don't respect those people at all. I think they're terrible people, and they're only doing it for attention. Because you got to ask yourself this: why would you go right from Brian Laundrie's case with the bullhorns right to Summer Wells? Wow, what was the common denominator? Oh, they're both really popular. I mean, how come you didn't go to your bullhorns to some, Cindy Smith missing from Timbuktu? You didn't go over there. And it's because you knew a lot of people would be watching. All right, it's sick, right? And whenever you see that, just, God, it's horrible. Let's see. Officer Ed Given of the Idaho State Police told the Oregon State Police that the special officer had not reported the incident until Sunday after he had read a story in the Idaho newspaper. The special officer Given told the Oregon State Police had taken the Oregon license number, but that he lost it, right. Given said the special officer, who has been 8 years at the job, described the parked car as similar to Martin's. It appeared from Given's report that the car had been since driven away, and there was no further information. The special officer's report was released to all police in Oregon and Idaho. In the meantime, no new clues were reported locally in the search for Martin, his wife, and 3 daughters who disappeared on a trip to get Christmas trees on December 7th. Volunteers who were sounding a deep hole in North Clackamas River with a magnet Sunday for a time thought they had contacted metal, but it developed the device was fouled in brush. Okay. And it's weird the different wording that people used back then. What are you talking about, hit and run? Just come on, Jesus. Just be a reasonable person. Just one night. It'd be awesome. Meantime, the Martin's son, Don, a Navy hospital man attached to a Marine unit at Fort Schuyler, New York, told Associated Press he was not feeling much hope. So that one surviving son, and this is him right here. This is a picture of him right here. So he's the surviving son, and he's not feeling much hope. He said he was mystified by the disappearance and discounted any kidnap theory. While serving with the Navy, young Martin takes night courses at Hunter College in New York. He previously had been identified as a student at Columbia University. So maybe that wasn't correct. So he went to Hunter College. Alright, then we're moving on to the 23rd now. Yeah, well, if it's not interesting to you, Kelly, don't listen. Okay? I'm just talking about, I really don't give a shit if anybody wants to listen or watch, or hey, it's more interesting if you know the area. I really don't care at all. If you're interested in a mystery, then it shouldn't matter where it is. I'm showing you all the spots on the screen. I'm not saying you're saying anything, but it's like when people type those kind of comments in there, it's weird, So just let's do the show. We're going over it. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, go watch some of the other garbage that's out there. Okay? Thank you. All right. A missing persons handbill with a picture of Kenneth Martin's family with will roll off the presses soon for distribution. Multnomah County Chief Deputy Sheriff Ard Pratt said Monday that 5,000 copies of a circular ought to be in the mail within a few days. Pratt declared that county deputies had checked out a couple of possible leads during the weekend, but they proved fruitless. Martin, his wife, and 3 daughters have been sought throughout the Pacific Northwest since they vanished December 7th. Yeah, we know, Kelly. Do you mind if we just go over the story, though? Okay? We're just trying to work through all the stuff. We'll theorize as we go. Okay? Thank you. 1,600 miles covered. Members of the Trailbreakers Jeep Club and the Cowlitz County Sheriff's Office logged 1,600 miles Sunday in a day-long search of the Lewis River area. And that's actually my parents had a house off the Lewis River. 11 Jeeps and 1 sheriff's car covered all side roads in the region on the chance the Martins might have been Christmas tree hunting there. There was no new development growing out of the report. So, they're just not really getting a lot of leads out there. I mean, here and there somebody says something, and maybe it's true, maybe it's not. No, I mean, you're when you call it, I'm not sure what you're talking about, Gwendolyn. You're sort of confusing me. I don't. Just kind of. Here's what I would say: when you're going to type something in, just have it well formed out. Like you do when you call in now, when you're getting your B+ and your A-. But and then write it down, not just sort of a fleeting thought that maybe you don't even mean, or it's hard to understand. Just, get it all organized and then write it out. Does that make sense? Because you seem like you have things that are important to you to say that are deeper than just random comments. Like when people just go, "Oh man, that's really cool." You're not doing that. You're typing. You're trying to get out important points to yourself. So what I would do is just take more time and then write it out in a way that's really easy for everyone to get. And don't people, I totally understand. No, you don't. Okay. I listen on a keyboard and computer that is literally 13 years old. It works for the most part. 13-year-old computer. That's crazy. Yeah, that's some... Huh? I don't know what the typo was. I didn't see it. Oh, you're new here. Hey, welcome. Yeah. So we on this channel we don't do the bullshit where there's somebody in the chat that's causing problems. They're just immediately gone. That's how it works. Okay. And so we just keep moving forward. I mean, I'll even have purge nights, okay? Should I do my purge sentence again? Okay, here's what I always say. I always say, if you're one of the idiots out there in the world that believe the earth is flat or that Sandy Hook is fake, that it's just some weird sort of, false flag operation, then please see yourself out of here. Because I don't respect you at all as a person at that point. Okay? That just means you're really dumb, really gullible, and a moron. Okay? So there we go. Awesome. Thank you. All right. Okay, now we're on to the 25th now, which is actually Christmas. Law enforcement officers Wednesday focused their attention. Hey, that's good, Jessica. That's good. I just wanted to give you a fair warning right off the get-go. All right. Law enforcement officers Wednesday focused their attention on the Columbia River Gorge and U.S. Highway 97 near Grass Valley. So where's that? So that gorge is 84, and then 97. Let's see. Grass Valley. There you go. Man, they're everywhere. So over in this area. Okay, somewhere right around in here. So that's the gorge, and that's 97. That's how you get to Bend. That's one of the ways you can drive to Bend, Oregon. There. There goes Gwendolyn B again. Let's see. This is 97 and Highway 84. Well, that's a really concise sentence there, Gwendolyn. Well, I'm glad you were wrong on that bad mojo. That's the shortest sentence I've ever seen. $50. Anyways, thank you. But yes, that's what I would suggest, Gwendolyn, because you're smart. You've been on the calls before. I think if you just write it, just really think about it, write it out in a sentence, I bet it'll all be cool. All right? It'll all make sense, and it'll be interesting. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look at that. Kit Kat's been 25 months as an oogla boogla freak. Kit Kat's she's been there a long time. She used to call in. Now she never calls in.
What are you crying about, Greg? Yay!
Well, that she used to call in. Yeah. Law enforcement officers Wednesday focused their attention on the Columbia River Gorge and U.S. Highway 97 near Grass Valley area. They sought to check out two new leads in the disappearance of Ken Martin family. Late Wednesday, a truck driver came forward with information he had spotted what appeared to be a station wagon off U.S. Highway 97, 10 miles south of Kent. Station wagon, U.S. Highway 97, 10 miles south of Kent in Sherman County, December 8th. Hey, thank you, Kit Kat and Eugenie. 2 months. Well, if it seems like it's longer, man, you must be having a crappy time. Okay, where's Kent, Oregon? There it is. Wow, way over here. Wow, that's... And it said 10 miles south of Kent. That's crazy. Yeah, so somewhere around in there. Let's see what it looks like on the ground there. This is a really cool drive here. This one, it's awesome. See, and then it gets deserty. Isn't that weird about Oregon? So you can just drive not too far away, and then you're in a desert area. That's probably a cool spot right there, I would imagine. Okay. The Martins disappeared on a greenery hunting trip. State police were attempting through the night to check out the reports as directions were relayed by telephone from Portland by the truck driver Leo Workman, 35. Workman told Multnomah County detectives he first spotted the corner of a station wagon off the highway after observing 40-foot skid marks leading off the road. He said he reported the matter to county authorities Wednesday night after his wife had urged him to do so. In the event, his information may lead to a solution in the Martin family case. Those gamer computers, those are usually about, I mean, the ones I buy, Gwendolyn, or that I use gaming computer to do what I'm doing because they're so good with graphics. You know, they're like, you can spend, $2,500 to $3,500. I'm probably going to have to buy a new one next year. This one's starting to, slow down a little bit. Okay, he said he reported the matter. Okay, another possible clue on the missing family was uncovered on the heels of the first concrete break in the case. A credit card gas receipt. There we go. So this is where I think we're starting to narrow things down here. Hey, what happened to... there were some people that... I can't remember their names. At the very beginning of the show that really wanted to go... They couldn't wait to go over this. Was it you, Candalee? Oh, no, you already knew this one. But I think at this point, this is when they're starting to get to the... we're getting somewhere now. See, right here, we got another possible clue on the missing family was uncovered on the heels of the first concrete break in the case, a credit card gas receipt from Cascade Locks. The second new report led a deep canyon near Rowena Point and was to have been checked at dawn Christmas Day, according to Hood River Sheriff Rupert Gilmour. Sheriff Gilmour said the information on the area came from a man and his wife at Bonneville that's a dam area, who reported they were in the Rowena Point area December 17th, 10 days following the disappearance of Martin, his wife, and their 3 daughters. Buzzards spur interest. So buzzards, they saw, vultures up in the air, usually a sign that there's a body of some kind, carcass. The Bonneville people told the sheriff they were attracted to the Hog Canyon area by a flock of buzzards flying low between the canyon walls, a somewhat unusual sight. Sheriff Gilmour said the canyon apparently has not been searched. He coupled this with the fact that the Martin was known to have taken his family to Memaloose Park about 3 miles beyond Hog Canyon and on the same road on other outings. Okay, so let's see what that is. Memaloose. I've already put some stuff on the map. There it is. Memaloose should be kind of back, west there. So there's Memaloose State Park right here. See, look at right there. I mean, there's some dangerous stuff going on there. I know it's not quite as dangerous as Utah and Idaho, though, but Memaloose Park. The fact that the Martin was known to have taken his family to Memaloose Park about 3 miles beyond Hog Canyon. So let's see where that is. I know where that is. I have it mapped out. Ooh. I think it's one of these. Mosier. That's Cascade Locks right here. Okay, and that's where he bought gas. They bought gas right in that area, and they were heading out this direction. Mosier, Memaloose Park. I think it's right here. So here's Rowena Point and the loops right here. So this is apparently the way he would go driving. So let's see this. So it's the canyon apparently had not been searched. He coupled this with the fact that the Martin was known to have taken his family to Memaloose Park, about 3 miles beyond Hog Canyon, and on the same road on other outings. So Memaloose Park is about 3 miles beyond. And that's right there. So I wonder if that Hogs Canyon, where that would be. Maybe right there? I don't know. He recalled too that a car went over the road into the canyon several years ago, and it was a week before the wreck and its dead occupants were found. The sheer canyon is several hundred feet deep off the road. I think that's it, what I was just looking at. Alright, so let's do, we've got Memaloose State Park here. We'll go 3 miles back the other direction. Let's see. So we get the measurement out. We got the miles. We'll go boom, boom, boom. Right there. That's 1.93. Yeah, so I can already tell that was the same. That was the spot. Okay, that's about it right there. 3 miles exactly. So I think it's right here, just a little bit before 3 miles. That's why they said about. And it almost, let's see, how far up is that? See, this is where I would think they're talking about. They're on this road, and that's the historic Columbia River Highway. And that maybe that route right there, you know, back in the day, you know, you come around a curve and it's icy. Maybe they didn't even have these there. And then you're just way down that cliff right there. Well, let's see how high it is. So right here is, this elevation right here is 237 feet. Right here is 101 feet. So that's 100 and... let's see, what was that again? I forgot what I was doing. Okay, 237, 101. So 136 feet down, just in that spot right there. And then let's see what they had here. They had buzzards. He recalled too that a car went over the road into the canyon several years ago, and it was a week before the wreck. The sheer canyon is several hundred feet deep off the road, leading to the point which overlooks the one-time Indian burial spot. Oh, so it's over there then. What are they talking about? Is that something up here that you could... So it's overlooking, but they said it was 3 miles. Memaloose was 3 miles past Hog Canyon. I don't know. Jeez, what's... Well, I guess we'll get some maps maybe later. We'll see. The sheer canyon is several hundred feet deep off the road, leading to the point which overlooks the one-time Indian burial. The Bonneville County decided to report the buzzard incident after disclosure Tuesday that Kenneth Martin bought gasoline with a credit card in Cascade Locks. I didn't even know they had credit cards in 1959, did you?
I did, Gray. I study history.
Ah, screw you. Alright. Gilmouth said investigation Wednesday revealed the signature on the credit card receipt was almost certainly Martin's. The sheriff's office determined that the purchase of 5 gallons of gasoline was made shortly after 1 p.m. December 7th. So, wow, he was already out at Cascade Lock. So maybe he did mean to be home before dark, because that would only be, another hour and a half, and then you're heading home and it's still light at 2:30. And so let me show you, I'll show you Cascade Locks here. Yeah, it's way back here. So he bought gas right in this little town here. I was just there, I don't know, 2 weeks ago in this little town. It's right back there, but I mean, the main part of the town's right in this area. And there's a bridge, a toll bridge that you have to go over. That's why I was in the area. So I was playing a golf course on the other side over there. This golf course isn't the one, though. It was a little bit further up somewhere. Alright. Oops. So they got gas at 1 p.m. December 7th. Do I have that on there? Cascade Locks. Yeah, right there. Bought gas 1 p.m. December 7th. So now we know that they've made it out that far, and they probably hadn't bought anything yet, because that's not too long after that lady called her at home to ask, if they wanted to come over for dinner, remember? So that means that they're on their way out for sure at that point. We have a local Cascade Locks resident who had his tire fixed at that gas station the same day. That was at 1 p.m. Martin's card was checked in 7 credit card sales later. Okay, 1 p.m. Martin's card was checked in 7 credit card sales later. Gilmouth said he was going to send several of Hood River's expert mountaineers from the Craig Rats and the Alpines Club to aid the Wasco County Sheriff Force in searching the Hog Canyon at dawn on Christmas. He said he was afraid to go into the area Christmas Eve because we might miss something in the dark. The Rowena Point area is about 10 miles west of Dallas. Okay, the Rowena Point. I think I have found Rowena Point, though. So Rowena Point is right here. I mean, this right here looks like in 1959 would be possibly, that's bogus, that little dip there. Could possibly be the most dangerous road that you could ever imagine driving on in the winter. Who knows what, look at this thing. If that didn't have that side rail, it looks old. So maybe that's been there, but it's a freaking cliff off of this thing. This is 2007 here. And this is probably the loops. And look at the switchbacks they have on here. Wow. Man, could you imagine driving on that in the winter? But I might go out there in the next couple days with my GoPro. What do you think of that, huh? And my drone. Hopefully it's not raining and snowing when I do it. But maybe on Monday I'll go out there. I like going on weekdays because then there are the tourists out there. The Rowena Point area is about 10 miles west of the Dalles, on the old Columbia River Highway. The canyon is in the area of Rowena Loops, a hazardous... Oh, they must have been 3 miles the other direction earlier. Okay. And I think that's the canyon right there. Something, either that one or this one right here. This is what I thought it was the other day. So you come up on that road, because you're coming from Cascade Locks, maybe. And then you would go up this Highway 30 right here. And drive all the way up there. And then go up here. And I don't know, why he's doing that. Yeah, I'll put it on my windshield like I did the other time. Yeah, everybody's been on worse roads, Polly. Wow, everybody. She's been on worse roads than this one. Oh, wow. Because that's what I was doing. I was comparing it to everybody else's shitty roads. I've been on roads where there was hardly any road at all. And went up the mountains and almost got stuck up in there. But that's not what we were talking about here. Yeah, so anyways, you got the... let me see if there's somebody that did one of those crazy cameras at the top. Oh, look at that. Those aren't even... That's not even a road there. So look at... Somebody's walking on the path. I mean, look how crazy this is. This is awesome. Some Google Earth guy with his backpack on went walking at the top of that. And let's see how far he went. Did they go all the way to the end down there? I would imagine. Oh, and there's even one right at the edge of that. With it's a 360 degree. I mean, look how beautiful that is, you guys. Look at that. I mean, that's what Oregon looks like. It's crazy. But worst politics in the history of mankind. Just a lot of dumb people. Anytime you can let a city be taken over by people that want to live in tents. Wow. Alright, so Sheriff Ernest Mosier said Wasco County said in the Dalles it was snowing there, and he heard there would be some snow on the ground. But I want to go out there after we're done going through this so we can have like a plan on where to go. No, Polly, you can have input, but who gives a crap? Oh, I've been there. I've been to way more dangerous places than that. Gee, you guys. How about we just go over the case that we're going over? You can come, it's just, it's just weird sometimes, Nobody was saying how, I just said, look how dangerous that would be if there was ice on it. Back in 1959 with the crappy cars that they had. Like, they weigh a lot, the tires sucked, probably easily could slide off the road. That's all I was saying. We didn't need to be, have a comparison on how dangerous it was on the roads that you drove someday, and they were much more dangerous. It's just, I don't know. I don't get why people do that. It's really weird. Let me get to this next one then. So we've done that, and now we're on to one where you can actually see some pictures of them. Leo Workman, 35, of 6227 Northeast Avenue, checks maps for locations. This is Virginia, 12. And what's weird is she looks way older than Barbara here, right? Like, Virginia's 12 and Barbara's 14. I don't know if they got the right pictures there. I'm kind of wondering about that. Barbara and E. Kenneth Martin of 1715 Northeast 56th Avenue, together with their 3 daughters, have been missing from their Portland home since December 7th, when they took their Ford station wagon to go up the highway to get some Christmas greens. Yep, here we go. Yeah. So this looks like, now we got a map here. And look, they had a helicopter out there, one of those ones that are totally glass. Sergeant Dick Miller of the Multnomah County Sheriff's Office and pilot Bud Darling used this helicopter Friday in in an aerial search for some sign of Ken Martin's family. Now, Candy Lane, a chair in the house. Okay, we already read that part. So let's see. What are they doing here? Crown Point. Yep. I think a lot of these things are the same. That's all Highway 35, yeah. That's the one that we put 3 pins on to make sure that we knew where the highway was. So now there's some kind of a suspect in here. I don't know. California police said detectives will seek a grand theft auto complaint Sunday morning against the man sought Saturday for questioning in connection with the disappearance of Kenneth Martin family. Mario Alvarez, owner of the flashy 1951 Chevrolet two-door sedan abandoned near Cascade Locks about December 8th. I thought this was kind of weird, though. Filed a stolen car report Saturday night with police in Venice, California. Detectives there said his report would be turned over to the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office. Alvarez said he had lent the car to the man, an ex-convict with a long record. So what's weird is that's his car found in, near Cascade Locks. And then the guy must have got into another vehicle, right? So was that the Martins' vehicle? Is what they're implying here? Alvarez said he had lent the car to a man, an ex-convict with a long record. Sheriff Rupert Gilmouth of Hood River described the car as a creamy white two-door sedan with twin rear fender antennas, flashy hubcaps, custom leather upholstery, and decorated with style lines painted over the main body paint. He said 2 loaves of partially eaten bread and an address book were found inside. The car apparently was in running order when it was abandoned. So it was abandoned. A convict, ex-convict, borrowed the car, and it still worked, but he abandoned it. So why would you do that? Gilmouth said, in addition to Sharon Swanson of Cascade Locks, the car was seen on the highway Monday, December 8th by Mrs. Ed Shorts, who drove the girl to Hood River that day for a dental appointment. It was also seen by Jim Doyle, State Highway Department employee, who said it wasn't there the previous day. Yeah, so anyways, there's a vehicle. Let's see what this part says. Clark County Deputy Henry A. Winter led one party of 2 vehicles, and another was led by William Welsh, safety inspector of the State Department of Natural Resources and former Forestry Department employee. Winter's group was routed through the Sunset Ranger Station and then to Silver Star at an elevation of 4,358 feet. They were turned back within 3 miles of the summit of Lookout Mountain when snow more than 2 feet deep piled up in front of the vehicles and made the roads impassable. Winter said new snowfall also blocked visibility at more than 100 feet. They quit the hunt at 1:30 p.m. Yeah, and so they just keep looking. Yeah, so I'm going to just do one more article. I can tell that the enthusiasm level is waning. Glove on road said new clue in Martin case. This is on December 29th, so now we're a good 22 days in. All right. A black glove found on the Columbia River Highway Sunday was added to the slim list of possible clues in the investigation of the Kenneth Martin family of Portland. The glove was found east of Cascade Locks and police would not rule out the possibility it belonged to Miss Martin. But man, how many people could have dropped a glove out there? Sheriff Rupert Gilmouth sent the glove to Portland Sunday, and it was shown to relatives of the missing family. Miss Charlotte Dorsey, Kenneth Martin's sister, said it was a style Miss Martin would wear and about her size. However, neither she nor other relatives could positively identify it as belonging to her. And that's kind of a shot in the dark right there. Gilmouth turned up the glove while pressing his investigation into the disappearance of the Martins, his wife, and their 3 daughters. He said the glove was found, it just said Martin singularly. He said the glove was found during the search of an area 7 miles east of Cascade Locks, where an abandoned car had been found earlier. Residents of Cascade Locks report the abandoned car had been left on the highway at least since December 8th, the day following the disappearance of the Martins, and perhaps earlier. The California licensed car has since been reported stolen by its owner, Mario Alvarez of Venice, California, who told police he thought a friend, ex-convict Kenneth Price, had taken it. Price was later identified as Lester Kenneth Price, 31, and police seek him for questioning in connection with the case. In checking the flashy 1951 model Chevrolet, Gilmouth's men lifted several fingerprints, he said. These will be given to the Federal Bureau of Investigation for checking. Gilmouth began his investigation of the car and the area where it was abandoned after Sharon Swanson, 17, Hood River, reported through her father, I thought I was about to say through her Facebook page, reported through her father that she had seen the car parked off the highway December 8th. This she later confirmed through an entry in her diary. Why would she do that, though? At least 5 other persons, including several highway department employees, backed her story that the car had been there that long. I wonder why she would write about a car in a diary. Hey, I saw a car. I mean, man, you must be absolutely bored stiff, you know. However, Alvarez told Venice police that he had seen his car as late as December 9th with Price, and that he had not attempted to report it stolen until December 11th. He said Culver City, California police would not accept his stolen car report because he had loaned the car to Price in the first place. Price has a criminal record which includes car theft and bad checks. He had lived with Alvarez in Venice area for a time before he and the car disappeared. Yeah, I think that's an image, actually. Above is the California car abandoned near Cascade Locks, which officials investigated in the hope it might be a clue to the disappearance of the Kenneth Martin family of Portland, missing since December 7th. They bought gasoline at Cascade Locks. The day they disappeared, the above automobile was found abandoned east of Cascade Locks. And it was found, yeah, we already read the story on that, but here's another, here's some more images right here. It seemed like they're really focusing on that vehicle at this point. Although this is different. This is car like Martin spurs new search. Above is shown a car very similar to that of Kenneth Martin family, who have been missing since December 7th. Their car is a 1954 Ford station wagon, cream with red trim. License for above car has been redrawn by an artist with Martin's number, IG7156. Good job, artist. County deputies searched Monday night for a car resembling the station wagon of the missing Kenneth Martin family. The car containing 2 men reportedly stopped at about 5 p.m. to purchase gas at a service station at Northeast. Okay, this is the car containing 2 men reportedly stopped about... so a car resembling that. Meanwhile, reports from Los Angeles... So let's see, that was on Northeast 201st Avenue. Okay, Northeast 201st Avenue and Sandy Boulevard. That's, on the way again. And what day was that? Okay, the county deputies searched Monday night for a car resembling the station wagon of the missing Kenneth Martin family. The car containing 2 men reportedly stopped at about 5 p.m. to purchase gas at a service station at Northeast 201st Avenue in Sandy. But this is like way later, though. I mean, there you go. Yeah, well, that's why. Yeah, well, I know, Kelly, but at the same time, I mean, what does that do? Yes, it makes it more interesting, but that's why I do Street View and show everybody what it looks like, because every case we cover, somebody doesn't live there, okay? So when you say it doesn't make it easier to follow, because I show everybody on a map. So even if you live there, you can actually see. Look at all these places they've searched right here. Look at, and even down as far as that. But I think it's in this area where something happened to him. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you live, I see what you're saying. But I try to make it so no matter who's watching, they can follow along. I mean, notice all the pins that I've got there. I mean, because almost every single case that we cover, nobody, maybe 1 or 2 people in the chat live there. It's not like, or know the area. So, I guess for those few people every time that live there, it's more interesting for them. That's true. But I'm not sure why that got brought up again. A few miles from Cascade Locks, a 1951 Chevrolet was found abandoned by the road some days ago, and the first authorities thought there might be some connection. The abandoned car belonged to Mario Alvarez. Both men worked for Industrial Litho Incorporated. Stewart said Price borrowed the car from Alvarez to see his girlfriend, but did not return. The firm prints checks for other concern. The firm prints checks for other concerns, and Stewart said Price apparently picked up some of the blank checks when he quit. A Los Angeles service station operator, Howard Noyes Sr., said he sold Price gas for the Chevrolet December 9th. He said he had the credit card slip signed by Price. A woman's glove was found across the highway from the point where the Chevrolet was abandoned. Sheriff Francis Lambert said Monday it would be sent to the FBI laboratory. He said it would be sent with one of Mrs. Martin's taken from her home, and that chemical tests would be made to see if the same hands had been in both gloves. That's almost like a precursor to DNA or something. What lies 'neath dark waters deep do angels sleep? Love you, freak daddy. Wait, let me do your love you, freak daddy. And freak babies and freak baby mods. And Blue and Chloe. All right. Thanks, Dreaming Girl. In Hood River County, a search was planned of the Lolo Pass area northwest of Mount Hood. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm just kind of going through all these articles in order. So I think we're stopped at the December 30th, right? And then I guess we'll just pick up from there tomorrow or something, right? Even if it's not interesting. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive out there with my drone and GoPro, and once we've gone through it, so we have an idea where to send me. You get what I'm saying? And I'll be driving out there. That's why I was going to be doing this like this week, because I wanted to go out there on the 8th, the same day or the 7th, the same day, and then Delphi took over. Like all of a sudden there was that breaking news. These walls have eyes. Anyways, I'm really tired right now. It's been a long day. Been really busy. I had to do a bunch of troubleshooting at work. Just all kinds of stuff. Lots of madness. Lots of trolls and shitty people. You know? People crying and whining. Huh? They were not carjacked like the Jackson. Well, it is the same time frame. That's what I was saying. The Jackson family. The reason I found out about the Jackson family was because there was an article where they were trying to wonder if they were from the same person, but they're not even close to each other. I mean, they're thousands of miles apart. It was just another family that was missing. Yeah, it was definitely the same time frame. It was 1959. Well, at least somebody thinks I'm funny. All right, well, we'll do more tomorrow on this. Get through it. Probably do another, find another cold case that's random, and then get back onto the Martins. All right. Man, it would have been a crazy. It would have without Gwendolyn B. and like if you subtract out theirs, this would have been one of the worst super chat nights in the history of mankind for this channel. So maybe it does matter, Maybe it's like you're covering something that they don't know the place. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, Brandy Bradford, Gwendolyn B, and I'm gonna go find all the rest of them. Hold on a second. It's wild. That's right. Oh, I don't feel bad. I just feel tired right now. That's all. I didn't sleep, so there was this thing when I went to bed last night. There was this report that somebody needed from work, but this other thing was running, and I couldn't do it. So when I got up at like 7 in the morning, and then I found out there was this problem with the raw data that gets downloaded, and so then I never got to go back to sleep. I got up way before I normally, like 6 hours of sleep. That's not enough. You know what I'm saying? So thank you to Brandy Bradford, Cat Eye, Gwendolyn B, Brandy Bradford, Cat Eye, all three of those. Gwendolyn B, another Cat Eye, Gwendolyn B, another Cat Eye. Eugenie, Tracy, Alley Cat, and then Gwendolyn B again. Marianne Ridenour, Gwendolyn B, Claudia Dubauer, Gwendolyn B again, Gwendolyn B again, Gwendolyn B again, and then Kit Kat, and
Dreaming Girl.
And heck, 4 of those were cat eyes from Gwendolyn B. Hey, no problem, Angela. Yes, I do get rest, Gray. Not sure what that means. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Yeah. So what I want to do is by the time we're done, where we can sort of narrow it down, because I know that there's other things that come up later just based on the titles of some of the articles. So when we get to those, maybe we can start narrowing down where to be looking. And once that's done and we really feel good about it, maybe we can check to see where, if Adventures with a Purpose, if they would be interested in. But that river's, you got some scary fish in there. They got sturgeon in there that are 10, 12 feet long, swimming around in the Columbia. I mean, you're down by a car and there's a fish bigger than the car. That's kind of scary. Yes, thank you very much, all the generous freaks. Yeah, I hadn't heard of it. I think I barely heard about it on the news one time because I live here. Might have been like last year. Maybe Jeff Gianola did a special on it or something like that. He's been a news anchor man since I was a kid. That's pretty crazy. Isn't that weird when you have the people on the news in your town that are still on the news from the time when you were a kid or a young adult? 30, 40 years. It's almost like those soap opera stars, Yeah, that'd be cool, Gen H, right? Yeah, we weren't talking about get rid of this guy, jeez, man. Why do people think it's funny to put the name of a psycho pedophile as their username? Jesus, ridiculous. Yeah, I'm gonna do this again tomorrow, but I might have to go find a couple more articles. Try to catch all. Oh, we've been wrapping packages. Nice. Get any what's the coolest gift that you bought that you wrapped there? Run free. Yep. Look into the Keegan's care. Oh, and also, for any of you out there that aren't channel members, you're the names that are in white print. There's one that's $1.99, and you can have access to all the cool emojis that I described the other night. Yeah. He doesn't look way older, though. That's what's kind of weird about Jeff Gianola. Who's the one guy that he's always looked like he's about 20 on the local news? When I was really young, he started off, and I was like, how old is this guy? And then he still looks like that. He's a weather guy, too, to give you a hint. And we used to have a guy named Ed Wayland. I think he got fired for harassment or something, but he was pretty funny. He always had these he was quicker than a gopher riding out, he always had these crazy lines that he'd throw out there. Our most precious gift is kindness. You know what? You're probably right. Maybe I could try doing that a little bit more often on here, but sometimes things frustrate me. I mean, I try to be kind with what we're doing, like but every once in a while I get irritated by something that somebody says, I'm a human being, so. Yeah, remember that? The Burnt Biscuit Award? He'd always have Spanky and Alfalfa and those guys from Little Rascals. Oh yeah, what was his name? There was some guy named Ken Body. He got in trouble for that too. Oh, that was the song you sang last time? Did you go back and listen? Because it was hard to make out. Not you today, right, Zozo? Yeah. No, wait, I know it is. Oh, hell, now he had dark hair and glasses, right? That's right, yet. Okay, say something. Come on, Zozo, you got it. Idiots. Yeah. All right, let me save this out. We got all this where we're at. So currently we have Kenneth Martin, his wife Barbara, and 3 daughters, and then he has a son that was in college, but he came home after they went missing. Kenneth Martin, on the street that he lived on, I think it was 56th, I think. Yeah, they called it Candy Lane, Candy Cane Lane because of him. He dressed up as Santa Claus too. Everybody loved him over there. And then on December 7th, sometime probably around 12:30, they left their house to go to find some Christmas tree stuff, greenery, the greens, I guess. And then at 1 o'clock, he makes it to Cascade Locks and buys some gas. And then after that, there's really no good sightings of him, which is kind of weird because 1 o'clock is, it's right in the middle of the day, right? But the thing is 1959, I don't even know, let's see what the population of Portland was. Yeah, right now there's way more people. At least, it says in 1950 there was 373,000. Actually, let's see, they have the year here. How about 1960, there was 372. Actually dropped from 1950 to... So only 372,000 in the whole area of Portland. Now there's, millions in the greater Portland area here. So at that time, you drive out here, there might not be a lot of people milling about, I wonder what the satellite image of this area would have looked like way back then, because 1959, some of these areas didn't have much population in them. And so at this point, it seems like they're kind of narrowing it down because they did make it to Cascade Locks right here, and that means they would have kept driving in this direction, and now they're kind of looking over here where there was buzzards flying around over here and so forth. So I guess that's where we're at now. There was a vehicle from 1950. 51 that somebody had borrowed and it was out there. They were wondering about that. There was another car in Idaho that had 2 people in it. Looked like that car. Did that person steal their car and kill them somewhere? But you can see here that the area, and it seems like they're kind of focused in on right here. This is Cascade Lock. So what I would say, if we were going to take a circle, probably something like, there's Cascade Locks, like right there, and then go like that. So maybe somewhere inside of that. I know, it's weird, right? Yeah, like tartar sauce at diner. Oh, there's a lot of diners, I think I've been to those. I don't know. During this whole COVID thing, I try to stay away from going inside of a diner where everybody's sitting around. Although I do have my booster shot. Yeah, what's the population now? Okay. So I guess the population is 654,000 in Portland in 2019 in the actual Portland area, but if you did the metropolitan area, it'd be much more people than that. All right, you guys. Well, thank you all for being here. Thanks for supporting the channel, and again, thanks for just everybody being here, and anybody that becomes a channel member, awesome. If not, that's cool too, but we're trying to do really good things here. So I spend 3 hours a day doing shows, so some days I'm in a good mood, some days I'm in a bad mood, and some days I'm just in a medium mood. Okay, it's like the soup that the 3 bears ate, okay, in Goldilocks. It's just pure luck, whatever day it is. But anyways, I do shows 7 days a week, 3 hours a day, and we go over all kinds of different cases. And if you're a follower of this channel and watch the show, you're going to have a way better intuition on cases than somebody that just covers the same case every day, over and over and over again. Because we're probably close to 1,000 different cases, I would imagine. There's some nights where we've done 5 or 6. That's right, I'm a box of chocolates, right? I bet you some of the other people above wouldn't agree with you.
You're so mean to your subs.
Well, how do I know if somebody's a sub? It doesn't matter. Here's the thing on here. One day I might think, wow, that's crazy. The next day, it won't be crazy or anything, and we just move on. Here's the thing, everybody. I don't even remember who made what comment that I'm talking about. You get what I'm saying? I don't even know who did it. So don't worry about it. Don't be like, gosh, man, because tomorrow I don't even remember. Who cares? We're just doing a show. It's funny sometimes. Just don't worry about it. Yarg. That's what we do, Darren. We say yarg. So when you come over to this channel, say yarg. All right, thanks. I whoop and one who says different. I whoop and anyone. Yep. So just think of it like that. It doesn't matter. Every show is a different show. We're just moving on, trying to figure things out. Some things irritate me, some don't, some do, some. No, Plato. It's just Yarg here. Plato. Yeah. Well, that's how you spell it. That's exactly how you spell it, because that's my name backwards, Tevis. Yep. All right, guys. Thank you very much. I don't think I'm gonna do the rap and everything. I'm just like, I just need to go get like some hot chocolate or something. But anyways, if you're on rewind mode, I hope you had a good time. If not, if you're not on rewind mode, then you're right here. So thank you for watching. All right, everybody. We'll see you guys tomorrow. And as I always say, everybody, until next time, be safe out there.
Oh yeah, and also check out GHI, The Missing Network on Facebook, and check out, what's the name of that program again? Oh yeah, Discord. Yeah, if you're a channel member, you can go to Discord.
If you try and play me like an old projector,
Crime Sector is my nectar. Professor Gray is gonna give another lecture. Crime Collector.
Freak connector.
Yes, there's a show tomorrow too, Darren. There's a show every night.
Interceptor.
And I mean a little sprinter with a vector. Alright, and to go get that fixed.
Remember, I have a temper fucking checker. I have no agenda. I'm no pretender. And I'll serve it to you straight without the blender. And in the end, I'm gonna send ya on a mission to reveal the true offender. Yeah, so I'll just get right back to work. Alright, everybody? Talk to you later.
What happened, Grey G? Why do you keep doing that, Grey G?
Yeah, don't worry. I'll put that back in there. The thing is, use these templates, and if I go back and use an old template from a long time ago, it doesn't have the links in them. So don't feel like, gosh, Gray, you deleted my link. Gee.
Yeah, gee.
Well, that time I was... Oh, never mind.